Hi, my name's Sam and I'm from SkyCiv Engineering, and today we're talking about rigid members. What are they, how they work, and how they use in structural analysis software. Rigid members are one of the options that we have for our members in the structural analysis software, and we often get asked about them, so we thought we'd create this explainer video to help guide you. The concept of a rigid member is quite a simple one. It's a theoretical member with an infinite stiffness. And what that does is it allows you to transfer forces from one location to another without there being a member really there. Okay, so let's take a look at a simple example of applying a rigid link and some forces to that node and seeing how it affects a common structure such as a column. So here we have a simple column with an Fy force and an Fx force, and we're going to introduce a rigid member here. So remember this is just an infinitely stiff member, and then we're going to apply forces to the other node created here in the F, X and Y directions. So when we apply these forces here, because the member is infinitely stiff, all the Fy and Fx forces are transferred perfectly to this node. So there's no change in Fx or Fy or even Fz for that matter. But what we have done is we've moved this Fy force some distance from its original position and the axis of this member. So what we've done is created an eccentricity in that force. And what that does is it creates a bending moment force here, sort of like a resultant force. And that force is equal to the Fy multiplied by the distance of this node from the original node location. So now let's take a look at a couple of examples of where we can use rigid links to perform structural analysis in different ways. So in this example, I might have some form of an HVAC unit. So here we might want to apply a force that's not really at the center because of the center of gravity of the unit, or for instance, something like that. We might want to distribute the force to these locations, but not through a distributive force. We want to use the software to sort of calculate where this force will be applied proportionally to where it's located in terms of the center of gravity. So what I'll do is I'll make all these members a rigid link, so I can just highlight them all and go into members, and I can do this in one step just to change that type to being rigid. So I'm going to mass edit all those. So now you can see it's grayed out because there's not really a member there. And if I was to sort of review that in the renderer, I'd see that there is no members displayed there because they're not really there. They're sort of an imaginary member used to distribute these forces. And what that'll do is now distribute that one kip force based on its location to these 4 nodes correctly. So it saves us doing that manual calculation of determining how much of this force is distributed to this support, how much of this force is distributed to this support, etc. So that's one example of how we can use rigid links. Another example is something like this, like a stacked beam. So we might want to connect 2 beams so that if this one deflects at any point, so will the bottom one as well. So you can see in the renderer that's easy to sort of visualize. And what that looks like in the wireframe mode is we've got one beam here, which is the lower beam, and then we've connected it with some nodes as rigid links here along the x-axis. So we've got 3 nodes, it's connected at 3 nodes, and that means that any force that's distributed in this direction will then be transferred perfectly from this member to this member. And I can review that if I run a structural analysis. We can see that the displacements of the 2 beams are perfectly in sync as they are completely connected by rigid members. Another example is using member offsets. Now this functionality is built into the software. You can control the member offsets here. So I can see this one is the default behavior where we've got 0, 0, 0, so there is no offset, but you can see one of these other members is resting above the column, these beams. And you can see that they've got an offset of 18 inches in the local Y. And what that's essentially doing is creating an imaginary rigid link between the centroid of this beam and the centroid of this beam. So it's connecting them via a rigid link. So really in the practical sense, if you've got any down forces, that doesn't really make much of a difference. But what that does, but if you do have any lateral loads, that's going to create a small bending moment force at this node 6, for instance. So it's as if when you apply member offsets, it's as if you're adding a rigid link between this node and the members node here. So you will create some sort of bending moment force depending on the direction of your forces. So I hope this video has been helpful. We have a lot of great content in our YouTube channel, so please feel free to subscribe there. My name's Sam, and if you have any questions, please email us at support@skyciv.com. Otherwise, we hope to see you on the platform using our software soon. Thanks.